Hey everyone, welcome right back to The Explainer. So glad you're here. Now, if you joined us for the last session, you know we spent some time tackling hierarchy. That essential principle we use to rank information based on its importance. But today we're moving past all that structure. We're going to uncover the hidden forces that actually give a design its heartbeat. We are talking about visual rhythm and repetition. Seriously, these are the unsung heroes of design. They're what create visual flow, that comforting sense of consistency, and literally all the beautiful patterns in the world around us. Okay, let's dive into this. Just like music uses repeating beats to create rhythm, design also uses repetition to guide visual experience. I want you to think about your absolute favorite song for a second. The reason you start tapping your foot to it, it's the repeating beat, right? It gives the track structure, it carries you all the way through the chorus and the verse. Well, design works the exact same way. Only instead of drums and bass lines, we use visual beats to guide your eyes super smoothly, from one edge of a composition all the way to the other. Section 1. Hierarchy to heartbeat, the foundations of flow. Right, so before we can truly get rhythm, we've got to grasp the critical difference between just repeating things over and over and actually creating meaningful movement. Look at the left side here, repetition. Simply put, repetition means taking the exact same visual element and just using it multiple times within your design. It's the anchor. It gives you consistency, unity, and a sense of familiarity. Without it, a design can just feel, well, totally random and disconnected. But then on the right side, we have rhythm. Rhythm is what happens when those repeated elements start to actually generate a sense of movement. Think of it like this. Repetition is just a brick, right? But rhythm is the sweeping, beautifully curved wall that you build from those bricks. It naturally pulls your gaze right along its path. So what exactly are we repeating out there? Honestly, designers can repeat almost anything. Colors, shapes, lines, textures, patterns, typography, forms, the whole shebang. These are your fundamental building blocks. And by taking just one of these elements and echoing it throughout a layout or a beautifully tailored outfit or an entire room, designers create this highly connected, totally unified visual experience. Section 2. The 4 rhythms. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we break down the different types of visual flow. Let's go through them. First up, we've got regular rhythm. This is when elements repeat evenly and predictably. Think of a super steady 1-2-1-2 tempo. Just visualize the majestic, completely evenly spaced stone pillars lining the sprawling halls of the Meenakshi temple, or really any classic architectural columns. The spacing is consistent, the size is consistent, and it creates this profound sense of calm, stability, and supreme order. Next is alternating rhythm. Now this is where things get a bit more bouncy. Instead of just one single element repeating, you have different elements repeating in a distinct sequence, like A-B, A-B. Picture the breathtaking geometric motifs you see in traditional Indian block-printed textiles, like a really vibrant Adrak print, or the incredibly complex weaves of ikat fabrics. By just alternating those colors or shapes, designers create this wonderful variation in visual interest. It just keeps our eyes delightfully engaged. Then we step things up with progressive rhythm. This happens when elements gradually change as they repeat. Maybe a shape steadily increases in size, or a color slowly shifts from dark to light. It creates a massive sense of direction and movement. If you've ever looked at photos of an ancient heritage stepwell like Chand Bauri in Rajasthan, you know exactly what progressive rhythm is. Those descending, scaling, repeating staircases that just seem to cascade downward forever, that incredible visual pull is progressive rhythm at its absolute finest. And finally, we have flowing rhythm. This is curved, highly organic repetition. It's inspired deeply by nature, so it's perfectly continuous and smooth. Just think of natural waves rolling onto a beach, the intricate, twisting vines of a plant, or, and this is a gorgeous example, the graceful, cascading drape of a sari's palu, or a sheer dupatta just catching the wind. It guides your eye with a really gentle, totally natural visual flow. Section 3. Rhythm in Everyday Design. And this brilliantly illustrates how these rhythms surround us in literally every creative discipline we interact with daily. Seriously, I don't want you thinking these are just abstract concepts stuck in some textbook. In graphic design, it's repeated typography giving a layout consistency. In fashion, it's the repeating pleats of a skirt. In interior design, it's the deliberate spacing of lighting fixtures. Look at UI/UX design. Think about opening up your favorite local Indian food delivery app right now. The way those restaurant options are laid out in perfectly repeating little cards on your screen, that's regular rhythm, and it makes it infinitely easier for you to navigate and just find your dinner. In textiles, it's repeating motifs, and in architecture, it's structural beams creating visual harmony. Completely different fields, but the exact same powerful principle at work. Section 4. The emotion of movement. How rhythm actually feels. We've talked a lot about the mechanics, sure, but rhythm isn't just a mechanical tool. It completely dictates the psychological and emotional feel of the spaces and items we interact with every single day. Look at the left side here. Regular rhythm feels calm, structured, and incredibly stable. It's serious, dependable. That's exactly why courthouses and banks use regular rhythm in their huge columns in windows. But jump over to the right side. Irregular or flowing rhythm, that feels energetic, playful, totally dynamic. It's lively. Designers aren't just guessing at this stuff. They are carefully controlling the rhythm to craft the exact emotional experience they want you to have when you walk into a room or look at a poster. So the crucial point is this: rhythm creates movement without actual motion. I want you to just read that again. Rhythm creates movement without actual motion. These are totally static objects we're talking about. A printed piece of fabric, a painted canvas, a solid brick wall. They are literally not moving. But through the absolute genius of repetition and rhythm, designers can make them feel incredibly alive and in motion. It's like magic. Section 5. Train your designer eye. Let's do a quick observation exercise. Knowing all this theory is great, but now it's time to move you from being just a passive viewer to an active observer. Let's put this into practice with a super simple 4-step exercise straight from our source material. Step 1. Just pause right now and pick a target around you. Could be the fabric pattern on the shirt you're wearing, a building facade out your window, or even just another tab you have open on your browser. Step 2. Identify which specific elements are actually repeating. Is it a color? Is it a distinct shape? A line? Step 3. Determine the type of rhythm. Are we looking at regular, alternating, progressive, or flowing? And then, step 4. Notice exactly how that rhythm guides your eye across the object. Seriously, doing this simple little exercise is exactly how top designers learn to recognize and ultimately master visual patterns. As we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a provocative question to chew on. What rhythm is guiding your eye right now? Take a good look around your immediate surroundings. Search for those visual beats. Remember, repetition creates consistency, but rhythm creates movement and flow. Together, they brilliantly organize our whole visual world. Keep your eyes peeled for those rhythms, and next time we meet, we are going to build on this by exploring the fascinating principle of movement. Until then, stay curious and keep learning.